Hi, welcome to Mahika Tutorials. I am Mahika Motwani. Now, in our earlier tutorials, we have seen how we can insert a record into the database using the JDBC template. So, we created this API save employee which was responsible for performing the insertion in our table. Now, we have to see how we can apply other operations like delete and update on the database. So for that we will write a new method, let's say delete employee. So here we will again give the return type as int and then we will give the method name as delete employee. And this delete employee method will take one ID as parameter. Now the next thing that we need to do is here in this method we will first create our query. So we will give string query equals and our query is going to be delete from employee where ID equals and we are going to use the placeholder over here which we will set. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to call the update method using the JDBC template. So we will use here JDBC template dot update and for update we will select this overloaded method which takes two parameters. One is the query and second is the array of type objects in which we can pass the value of the placeholders, and here we will give new object and then in braces we will give the values and the value is the this ID variable which is to be passed for this placeholder. So here we will give ID and then this update method is going to return us the count of number of records affected by this query. So here we can take one variable, let's say count, and then we can return this count to the calling method. So here we will give return, let's say count. Okay, so we have created this method for delete employee. Now in this our client code we will just comment this code where we were performing the insertion, and now what we will do, we will call the delete employee method using this DAO object. So here we will give DAO dot delete employee. Okay, and we need to pass any ID. So let's check what all ID we have right now. We have 111, 222 and 333. So let's pass 111 here, and this is going to return us one integer value. So here we can take a variable count and then we can display this value to the user. Let's say count row deleted. Okay, now let's run our client code. After that this record with the ID 111 should not exist in our table. So we will run this client code. Now here we should get the message, we are getting it, one row deleted. Now in SQL we will fire our select query to check whether that record has been deleted or not. So here you can see now we are not having the record with the ID 111. So this is how we can perform the deletion using JDBC template. Now let's suppose if we have to use update also, then we can write a different method for that, and here we will do so by giving a new method update employee. Okay, which will take the ID and let's say name and salary as parameter. So we can give name and double salary. So here we will give salary. Okay, or we can make it as new name and new salary. New name and new salary. So for the given ID, new name and new salary will be updated. that is, we will set the new name and new salary for the given ID. So here again we need to first write the query. So we will give string query equals, and here we will give update emp set name equals question mark comma salary equals again placeholder, and where ID equals again placeholder. And then again we will make use of this JDBC template update method and we can return the count. So I will just copy and paste it here and make the changes. Now here we need to pass 3 parameters. The first placeholder is the name, which should be replaced by this new name. So here we will copy this and paste it here. And the second placeholder is this new salary. So we will paste it here. And then third placeholder is the ID. So here we will give ID. Okay. So what we are saying, that update emp and set name equals to new name, salary equals to new salary, where ID equals to the ID which is passed to this method. Now let's try to call this in our client code. So I will just comment this code which we had given for deletion. Now we will give the call to the update employee method using DAO object. So here we will give update employee and we will pass the 3 values ID, name and salary. So let's check. Right now we have employee with ID 222 whose name is XYZ and salary is 20,000. So let's update this record. So we will give ID as 222 and let the new name be Rahul. And similarly let's update the salary as well. Let it be 80,000. Okay, and then this is going to return us the count again. So here we will take one reference variable, sorry, we will take one integer variable count, and then here we will print the value of this count, and we can give count rows updated. Count row updated. So we have given the code required in our client code. Let's check the code which we have given in DAO class. Here we have this update employee method which will take 3 parameters, ID, new name and new salary, and then we are saying update emp. Oh, here it should be employee because the name of the table is employee. EMP is the database, and then we are setting the name and salary with the record having the given ID. Okay, so now let's run our test file and check whether the record is getting updated or not. Currently we have name XYZ and salary 20,000, so it should be replaced by name Rahul and salary 80,000. Let's run this. We are getting one row updated. So let's check the contents of the table. Now here we can see that name has been updated to Rahul and salary has been updated to 80,000. So we have seen how we can perform deletion and updation using JDBC template in Spring. Thank you for watching this tutorial.